Patrick Beverley may have just had the best game of his life. The Sixers go into Boston shorthanded and almost stole a win without Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, but Tobias Harris came up short in big-time opportunities, resulting in the Sixer fan base wanting him benched. Should he be benched? We'll talk about all that and more, as well as a message that I have for Celtic fans. But Sixer Nation, welcome on in to the show. Do me a favor. Hit that like button if you enjoy this content. Subscribe to the show. Ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage. Just want to let you guys know, after a long process, yesterday we finally launched our website and our new merch. If you are tired of losing games like the Sixers did last night, go cop yourself a Flush the Process tee. We have the Yes Sir merch. We have the Philly Take merch for all my OG supporters. Hats, hoodies, snapbacks, and more. Go check it all out on our brand new site, phillytakewithrb.com. Let's start off with this, man, because holy smack. Patrick Beverley had maybe the best game that I've ever seen him play. And I know he's probably played, wonderful, magnificent games on a high school level, right? And he's probably had big performances before. But on the NBA level, given his age, given the circumstance, given where he's at, all these people tried to tell me, oh, Pat Bev can't produce anymore. He's got nothing left in the tank. Patrick Beverley, despite what he puts up number-wise, last night was just out of this world. But just his mentality, right? What does he do? He looks at a game like last night and says, all the stars are out. No problem. Let me go out. I'm probably going to get an influx of minutes. Let me go out, make every opportunity count, and go attack. He's attacking downhill all night. He's shooting step-back threes. Patrick Beverley shooting step-backs. He rises to the moment. He has that winner's mentality. And to be honest, man, he should have been here his whole damn career. Patrick Beverley is made for Philadelphia. He's even signing this dude's jersey before the game, who's got every Pat Bev jersey ever. Like, it was just incredible. I knew from that moment he was going off in Boston. He's staring at the opposing crowd. It was chilling. It was awesome. Patrick Beverley, 26, 8, 7, 10 for 15 from the field. And he's hitting late game buckets. And to be quite honest, he should have had a couple more chances. But the ball was taken out of his hands. Tobias Harris turned it over. Robert Covington turned it over. But Patrick Beverley talked about this game. And he says, I think we put ourselves in a position to win the game. I think we got some offensive rebounds that kind of come up short. We had some good shots at the end. Couldn't get our hands on the ball. The ball kind of bounced their way. But nonetheless, man, Patrick Beverley continues to earn more minutes, and just, what a performance. What a performance by Patrick Beverley. However, the guy that everybody's looking at, right, when you look at this box score from last night, first off, the Sixers coming to this game, nobody gave him any chance without Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, no Batum, no Oubre. That's down 4 starters. That's like 75 points right there. And they come in here and they battle. They were battle tested last night, and they go into Boston. Every starter in double digits, right? DeAnthony Melton goes for 21. He got ejected, and I'm not going to sit here going on a whole tirade about the officiating. I feel like every single game now, it has just been piss poor. It has been very bad, and I hope it gets corrected. DeAnthony Melton gets fouled out on a play where he's jumping up for a rebound, and he gets his arm tangled with Al Horford, and he gets it, thrown out with the 6th foul. Jason Tatum was ejected in this game. I feel like the officiating was bad on both sides, but it just needs to get better. Pat Bev with 26. B-Ball Paul had 14 and 4. He even had a couple late shots that were huge, where he's like throwing it up one hand. It was crazy, man. Marcus Morris with 13. Maybe the Sixers do have some bench pieces that can contribute. Robert Covington had 18 points and 5 steals off the bench. And just seeing the way these guys were locked in, like seeing the way they were focused, moving the ball around, it kind of flashed it back to the first 7 games of the season where they were all just playing lockstep together, and man, it was great basketball to watch. And I have more to say about these Celtics later on in this video, but Tobias Harris was the one guy, right? He ends up going 6 for 16, and here's what he had to say after the game. Quote, I was attacking, got my shot blocked a few times, couple of them probably trying to alter up the speed a bit, and see, that's something we always talked about from the beginning of the year, is getting out and attacking in transition and trying to create easy ones. Just thought I didn't think on a few of them. They weren't there tonight. Well, they were there. You just came up short. First off, let's look at this defensive possession late in the game from Tobias Harris. See, this is just bad basketball. And I hate doing this because Tobias is a really good guy, and I think he's tried to adapt to different roles. But I'll be honest, I was fooled again. I was fooled. I thought being unlocked in the Nick Nurse system was finally the change, and it was going to be long-term. But after that hot start to the season, Tobias Harris has kind of, as of right now, reverted back to his normal self. And this is the 5th year that we're watching it. But anyway, here's this play where Drew Holiday is going to drive off dribble. Why did Tobias Harris crash? Pat Bev obviously had his feet shuffling. He kept Holiday in front. And even if not, you have Mo Bamba back here. You have Morris over here. You can't leave Tatum wide open. This is just a bad basketball IQ type of play. He leaves Tatum wide open, and then he cashes a 3. That just can't happen. That can't happen. But there were a couple possessions late in this game, and shout out to Sean Bernard, who put them here on Twitter. We're going to go through each one. 1, 2, and 3. This is why things like this can't happen. What did I say about Pat Bev, right? He comes into this game, and he rises to the occasion. He rises to the moment. How come when the other stars are out, your third option, Tobias Harris, can't go win you a game? Maybe he's not really a third option, right? And I like Tobias, but he just doesn't rise to the level. If he just played decent, if he didn't hurt the team, if he didn't turn the ball over, the Sixers win this game. They win this game. This is a game they should have won, especially after Tatum goes out. No Porzingis. Sixers had this game won, and it says a lot about the Celtics, but here's play number 1. It's a 2-point game. There's about 7.5 to go. Melton throws it up the floor to Tobias. You have Drew Holiday, okay? You're going to stop with the ball. Now you're going to pump fake and get Hauser. Why are you going under the basket? You had an easy layup or dunk right there. You go the other way. Then you take your good old time. Try to throw it up. You're blocked by Al Horford. Okay. Then you get it back. Now this right here makes absolutely no. This is the worst part of the play. You get the ball back. There's 3 guys, even 4 right here in front of you. That means there's 3 other guys open. And he tries to go back up and stuff it again. He got trigger happy. He tried to fix his mistake. Look at it. Look out here. You got a guy wide open. 2 guys wide open. And he gets stuffed. That is just bad basketball. That, I think, is when Nick Nurse called the timeout and he was just steaming. Or maybe that was later on, one of the other turnovers. Here's the Sixers down 3. 4 minutes to go. You got a fast break. I just don't understand. Like, is it just the talent level? Is it the confidence? Is it not seeing the floor? He goes against 2. He blows right by. He's got an easy layup. And he shoves it way too hard. Misses everything. And I don't understand why the Sixers kept going to him late in this game. Then he's complaining to the ref. I don't understand why they kept going to him. Patrick Beverly was hot. He should have had every shot down the stretch. He even hit a step back 3. Then he tried to hit another step back 3 later on that missed, but that was after the 2 turnovers by Tobias and Covington. You had to ride the hot hand, and it feels like Tobias tried to keep the ball going through him, and it was unfortunate, man. It was unfortunate. How do you miss this shot right here? How? Easy layup. Easy layup. And then here's the last one with 4:20 to go. Tobias, and then the travel. This is where it should have been in Beverly's hands. He travels, he gets frustrated, he walks away. $180 million player. That just can't happen, man. That just cannot happen. Very, very, very frustrating. And you needed him to step up in this game. He goes 6 for 16. And my other issue is only 5 rebounds. He should have had 12 rebounds in this game without Joel Embiid, but he just didn't do enough. Did not do enough. He got blown by on defense by Jaylen Brown after one of those turnovers. It was just bad. I have a message to end this off to Celtic fans, but before I say that, I got to give a shout out to our sponsor of today's show, Mojo Fantasy. It's a new app that turns sportsbook odds and selections into fantasy contests. You take all your player props from your normal betting, right? And then you build a portfolio. The better your portfolio performs, the more cash you win. Think of it like stocks. You pick as many props as you want and try to beat the crowd. It's a new way of playing fantasy contests. And these player props are like stocks. So you can buy and sell them all game long, live. As you're watching, you can go buy in on a hot player or you can sell on a cold player. You can cash in on all your hot starts. Hang on, let your picks ride. Unlike the traditional sportsbook, customers are free to hold trade or cash out as the odds change or keep stacking to cut losses. Mojo is nonstop live action. You can make picks, make moves, and make money all with your portfolio. So download it now on the Apple App Store. Use code PhillyTake to get 100% deposit match up to $100 for your first time deposit. Link down below in the description. I just want to end this off by saying I'm not worried about the Boston Celtics. You know, I know that they didn't have Porzingis last night. Tatum gets ejected, but he didn't really play that well through 3 quarters. And the Celtics, all they did was talk and talk about how they beat the Sixers shorthanded last time out. Sixers beat them fully healthy the first time. So now in my eyes, it's 1-1 on the season series. I think they're a good team. I think it would be a tough series in the playoffs, but I'm not as worried about them. I think the East is open. I think every team has flaws, and I think the Celtics have many like other teams. Sure, they have guys that are going to kill you like Derek White, who always goes off, doesn't miss against the Sixers, but they are not indestructible. They almost lost that game, and they were in the live stream pumping their chest out after squeaking by a team led by Patrick Beverley, mid-30-year-old Pat Bev, and Marcus Morris, and Paul Reed. That team, without Embiid, Maxey, Oubre, Batum, almost went into Boston, by the way, and beat those boys. I'm not worried. I'm not fearing Boston. That's right. I said it. Give me all your thoughts, though, down below in the comments section. How do you feel after this game last night? What's the solution? Should the Sixers bench Tobias Harris? I can't blame Nick for not benching him last night because there was no bodies left. But going forward, you make those type of mistakes late in games, it's not going to be pretty. Give me your thoughts down below. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit the like button and subscribe. That being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.